In this section, we will be looking at absolute value equations. So let's just do a little recap. Remember, the absolute value of a number would be like its distance from zero. And it's marked with the vertical straight line. So like the absolute value of 5 is 5, and the absolute value of -5 is also 5, because in terms of being a distance from 0, you've got 5 and -5. They're both 5 units away. It's just 5 units to the left, but it's still a distance of 5 units, and 5 units to the right. And again, still a distance of 5. And just another little side note, the absolute value of 0, that's 0 because it's 0 units away from itself. Now, in terms of absolute value equations, let's think about this. If I have the absolute value of a number is, let's say 7, we're trying to find a number x whose absolute value is 7. And the only two numbers that would make that true would be 7 or x equals -7, because both of them have an absolute value of 7. So pretty straightforward there. You may also note, if I had a situation like this, the absolute value of x equals, say, -2, well, that would be no solution. No solution, because no number has a negative absolute value. It's always going to be non-negative. So let's add a couple little twists here. There's kind of just two main situations to look out for. So for instance, if you had the absolute value of x minus 2 equals 4, okay? In this case, you're saying, oh, it's whatever is in the absolute value that has an absolute value of 4. So in this case, that's the whole expression, x minus 2 equals 4, or x minus 2 equals -4. Because, again, if x minus 2 is 4 or -4, then the absolute value would be +4. So there's actually two equations to solve. If you add 2 to both sides, that gives you x equals 6. Or in the other side, those kind of look like approximate. That was just the way the marker wrote equals. And if I add 2 to the other equation on both sides, that would be x equals -2. So those would be your two solutions in this case. Now, the other part to watch out for would be if you have something outside the equation. So for instance, if you have the absolute value of x plus 5, and then close the absolute value, and then say you have a -7 after that, equals, let's say 2. In this case, I can't break down the two equations right away. This is a very common mistake. The first thing you have to do is add 7 to both sides to get the absolute value portion isolated by itself first. So that would be the absolute value of x plus 5 now equals 9. Now you can break it up into the two equations, 9 and -9. So that's a key step here. I'm going to put a star by that. When you have something outside the absolute value, you got to deal with that first and then split it into the two equations. So this would be x plus 5 equals 9. Or x plus 5 equals -9. All right, take away 5 from both sides, leaving you with x equals 4. Or take away 5 here, x equals -14. right, so those would be your two solutions.